So you won't be hearing a lot about this because I like to cover things that nobody else is covering. Do you like hearing about things that no one else is covering? You won't hear about this in the corporate media. You probably won't hear about it even in independent media because they don't look into it. Father, you could come in. You could come in. My father is home. He'll say hello behind me. He's a fantastic man. A little wrong on his politics, but we'll get him someday. So tonight, there is a very, very lavish fundraiser going on, and Joe Biden is the guest of honor. So let's show you. Let's go to the invite. I take it you did not get the invite for this. Dinner with Joe Biden benefiting the DCCC. That would be the Democratic Campaign Congressional Committee. So dinner with Joe Biden benefiting the DCCC. So good old middle-class Joe. Nothing against Joe. You know, got no problems with Joe. But, I mean, let's call it what it is. He's an establishment Democrat. And he pretends to be, you know, middle-class Joe. He voted for the Iraq War. He voted for trade deals, which decimated the Midwest and the middle class that he likes to talk about. He's been for pretty much every war since 9/11 that I could think of. So, as there's a progressive wave going on across this country, you know, some races we're not going to win, like last night in Illinois, but there is a progressive wave going on. Well, Democrats are having lavish fundraisers at real estate heiresses' homes, the home of Tori Winkler Thomas. She is a real estate heiress. And it's $17,500 just to get in. Did you get your invite? Did your invite get lost in the mail? Almost 18 grand just to walk in the door to have stale prime rib with Joe Biden. I mean, I guess it's better than during the campaign where you had to pay, I think it was like $33,000. And by the way, would you get this kind of journalism anywhere else where my father is cooking behind me? That's as keep it real as you could get. The audience says hello, Dad. So back to this. $17,500 just to walk in to this fundraiser, and you got all these progressive bastions of freedom that are going to be at this fundraiser tonight. You got DCC Chairman Ben Ray Lujan, House Democratic Leader Nancy Pelosi, special guest Vice President Joe Biden. Oh, good. I didn't want to give out her address. That would be a little wrong of me. But why I'm bringing this up, and by the way, you could get this information at a site called politicalpartytime.com. So if you want to know, no, he's not making latkes. Hanukkah's in December. Don't you know that? If you want to know, Dad, they want you to say hello. There you go. I'll tell you what, he likes my journalism, even though he doesn't agree with my politics, but he doesn't like that I curse. He's old school in that way. Now, why this is important is you literally have Democrats leading the resistance against Trump, right? We want to, get the evil Trump out of office. And by the way, couldn't agree more. I'm not on the Trump train. I know I'm painted that way, but I'm not on the Trump train. And by the way, press the share button so we get this live stream out to more people. But as I've always said, and I think my colleagues in the media, independent media, Jimmy Dore says, Kyle Kalinske says, Mike Figueredo says, Jamal Thomas says, all that. So we're going to topple Trump. We're going to bring in the resistance, put the resistance back in power, a.k.a. Obama 2.0, whether it's Biden or Booker or Kamala Harris or Kirsten Gillibrand. And we will get a much better sounding president who doesn't tweet, that much, who doesn't get in Twitter wars, threatening the dictator of North Korea. Why this is important is you have these Republican lights, you could call them Democrats. Oh, much better in terms of women's reproductive rights. Much better in terms of not targeting religious groups. 100%. Much better. Thank you, Carl. My first podcast was on Flint. Definitely go check it out. Subscribe. You can subscribe as low as $2, $5 a month. That's patreon.com/Jordan Chariton Reports. But why I wanted to bring this up is this is not democracy. This is not democracy, folks. $17,500 events? $17,500 events? Just to have stale prime rib or crappy prime rib with the plutocrats? Are you kidding me? I don't know if I'd pay $17 to go in there. Come on. And you're trying to tell me that these folks are fighting for the working class, that these folks are fighting for you? I don't think so. I don't think so. We cannot. We have gone backwards in forms of Trump, but we cannot put these people back in office. And by the way, a story I just found that kind of coincides with this $17,500 to walk in fundraiser with Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi and all the rest. Take a look at this. Are congressional Democrats lying their way to riches? What do you think? Last month, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi sent supporters an email. Subject line, not asking you for money. Oh, we know she's going to ask you for money when she says she's not going to ask you for money. Open the email, and Pelosi scolds Republicans for playing politics with our national security. She urges you to click a link if you agree. The link leads to a, quote, Russia investigation survey, which concludes with Pelosi doing exactly what she said she wouldn't. She asks you for your money, because it's all about the Benjamins, baby. Quote, will you pitch in $3 or more to help the DCCC support Democratic House candidates every step of the way to victory and flip the House in 2018 so I could take back my throne as the Speaker of the House? I added that part in. It's not in the article. Click, and a donation page pops up urging readers to take the next step and donate $15 or $100 or $1,000 or more. The email was the latest among more than 24 Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee-sponsored emails sent since January 2017 and reviewed by the Center for Public Integrity that woo potential suitors with the same false promise. Now, to be fair, Nancy Pelosi, the Democrats, you do need money to run campaigns. You certainly need money to run campaigns. You definitely need money to place ads, whether it's on television or digital. You need money to, pay staffers and, grassroots organizing and all that. So this isn't about begrudging them that they're trying to fundraise for their campaigns. It is I am covering this and pointing this out because it is the false advertising that they are putting out there. And you know what's really the most telling to me? Yes, you want to get rid of Trump, but do we really want to put back in a nicer sounding, looking, slightly less toxic, awful version of Trump or Obama? Is that what's going to narrow the income inequality gap that Senator Bernie Sanders did a town hall on Monday about oligarchy? No, it's not. Is that going to help cover the people that need to be covered medically and their health care? No, it is not. I'm sorry. Cory Booker as president, not going to do it. Kamala Harris, who's went to the Hamptons last summer and met with Hillary Clinton's donors, not going to do it. Are they theoretically better than Trump? Yeah, but the problem is most people are living paycheck to paycheck. Most people are living in a crisis economically. You cannot afford slightly better. You need drastic change. And this isn't it. This isn't it. And it reminds me, bringing me back to this fun fella, if you remember, gives me a chuckle every time I do it. If you remember, this fine fella, Stephen Klubeck, big hotel mogul. Listen to what he said on MSNBC a few months ago. If the Democratic Party doesn't stop attacking the billionaires. When did the Democratic Party attack billionaires? When did Nancy Pelosi attack billionaires? But this is where we're at, folks. Make no mistake about it.
And when Democrats continue to say, down with the billionaires, we can't stand the rich, a lot of people want to be rich. So is it the right message that the Democrats are going with?
It's so effing wrong.
Whoa.
I've talked to Schumer. I've talked to Wyden. I've talked to Pelosi.
And said what?
And I said, if you use the term billionaires again, I'm done.
Why?
Because it's aspirational. I didn't start with anything. Just penalize everyone that's done well. We all want to do well. And we should be the party of doing well. We should be a party of business and leadership. And it is very, very disturbing when I hear the millionaire or billionaire word. And I've told them to stop it, knock it off. Because everyone wants to do really well. And this is the world of aspirations.
Then are you worried that the Democratic Party is going too far to the left?
So much so, it drives me nuts. So much so, it would make me quit the party. And I've made it very clear, I'll cut your money off. And others will do the same. We've had enough.
Okay,
we need a new brand.
We've had enough. We've had enough, folks. He must have joined Hillary Clinton in telling Wall Street, cut it out. Cut it out. I told him to knock it off, as Hillary Clinton self-infamously said to Wall Street. What's so amazing about these types of people, what's so incredible about these types of people, even after the most establishment, bought-off candidate lost to a reality TV star, the Democratic Party is still beholden to this idiot and people like him. Unreal. Unbelievable. You got Joe Biden speaking at a private behind-closed-doors fundraiser with Nancy Pelosi and the DCCC, got to pay nearly $18,000 just to walk in and eat crappy steak. You got billionaires literally dropping $70 million in Illinois. J.P. Pritzker, I believe was his name, to basically buy an election there last night in the Democratic primary. I mean, when does it end? And don't get me wrong, we're not cheerleading for Republicans. Just because I'm critical of the Democrats does not mean the Republican Party is okay or they're not corrupt. Trust me, they're corrupt. They have the same fundraisers. But at least they're not lying to you and pretending that they're for the worker bee, that they're going to fight the evil fascist in the White House. They're not. You think Marco Rubio is pretending to be for the workers? You think when he stood on stage at the Parkland Town Hall and basically sat there and lied to the country saying, I don't think banning AR-15s would have made a difference in this murder of 17 school children and teachers? They're not pretending. Well, they are pretenders, but they're not BSing. So if the help you need is dependent on people throwing $18,000 a plate fundraisers, people beholden to billionaires, then we got problems, folks.